In this video, we're going to do a couple more precedence problems, and you'll notice that this one has some logical operators, which is important because logical operators are going to be a significant thing you'll see in questions like these. So the first one, well, we remember, let's see, we've just got division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So we start with our division and multiplication, reading left to right. 12 divided by 5, well, because that's just integers, that will be 2, and 2 multiplied by 3 will be 6. Now, left to right, we've got 5, then 11, and then 4. Okay, next problem. 15 modulus 9. Well, 15 divided by 9 will, integer division will get us 1. So let's subtract 1 times 9 from 15, and we get 6. So that'll be 6, and that happens first. We take that out of the brackets, and we modulus by 5, and that should equal 1. Actually, let me do that. So that should equal 1. Now next, we have 3.0 plus x over y, x being 2, y being 3. So let's start by just filling in these variables. 3 over 2. Well, 3 over 2 will resolve to 2, and that will resolve to 5.0. Next problem, 3 over 2, but there's a cast here. Now remember, casting happens before division. So let's rewrite this, right? We know a is 3. A is an integer. This is a this is a widening cast. So we're widening that to 3.0, and then we're dividing by 2. And 3.0 over 2 is just 1.5. Next one, x is less than 10. And then I believe that's the OR operator. No, I could be wrong. Might be the XOR operator. That's another thing that we need to cover. Well, let's see here. Is x less than 10? Well, x is 14. Is 14 less than 10? No, so that evaluates to false. Is x greater than or equal to 15? Is 14 greater than or equal to 15? No, so that will evaluate to false. Now, if that's an OR, this will be false. And I'm pretty sure that's an OR, so let's go with false. And finally, we've got some variables here. Now, the first thing to do in any of these problems is fill in the variables. Now, the first thing to see here is that we've got not true. And remember, this is one of the first things that happens in the unary step. That becomes that, and that becomes that. Now, OR is going to evaluate to true because there's one true in there. And over here is going to evaluate to false because there's one false in there. And so that will be false. All right, let's see if we got these right. Question 1, we got it right. Question 2, we got it right. Question 3, we did not get that right. Now that's curious. So, let's review that. Or better yet, let's print that out and see what it tells us. Gives us 3.0. Now why might that be? 3 over 2. Evaluating to 3.0. So this is interesting because our initial answer was wrong. This should be 4.0. Why would that be 4.0? Well, because 3 over 2 is 1. I don't know why I said it was 2. 3 over 2 is 1. But why is it not adding the 3 over 2? That's very strange. Let's try it like that. There we go. Let's try, see if it gives us Q4, Q3 again. Okay, so it's evaluated as true. So that's the thing. Even if you know that 3 over 2 rounds down, these fractions can often get a bit confusing anyway. And then Q4 is why you should always check your work if you're ever in an exam. Q4 evaluates to true. Q5. True. And finally Q6. Okay, well, looks like we got all of those correct. So this is worth noting. We obviously have talked about AND operators, but I think it's worth us going over AND, XOR, OR, and NOT in more detail in our next video. So that's what we're going to do next.